Hello and welcome back to Sparkle Me Pink. My name's Michelle and today we have a very long awaited video. I actually filmed this back when I was 20 weeks along and I just didn't feel like I had enough experience in the pregnancy journey to be speaking on a few of these things. So I waited until now. I am currently 33 weeks along. Whew, so close yet so far away. And I have splayed out in front of me pretty much every product I've been using the last few months to be as comfortable as possible. If you know me in real life, then you know that I love just being comfortable. I overpack everywhere I go because I'm not sure what situation is going to be popping up. Perhaps that's my anxiety talking. But either way, I have tried out and given pretty much everything out there that's on the market a try. One, so that I can be comfortable, but two, so that I can share my feedback with you. Now, because I do have quite a bit to share with you, I have broken it up into categories. The first one being memories, then we'll move on to nausea, bloating, heartburn, congestion, and then going into aches and pains, and then finishing up with comfortable clothing. And if I remember to do so, I'll put some timestamps in the description box so you can jump to a certain section or maybe reference back to a certain one. I will try my best to put as many links in the description box down below. They will likely be affiliate links, so I really appreciate you clicking and making a purchase if that's something you're interested in trying, as I do earn a small commission from that, and it helps with all the babiness, especially since I won't be working, immediately following giving birth. All right, so let's just jump right into it. We're gonna start off with memories because I feel like this is something that doesn't get touched on too much. I have watched my fair share of videos of prepping for baby and newborn essentials and pregnancy essential videos to know what everybody's kind of talking about, and I feel like this gets glazed over. So for me, there's three things that fit into this category. The first one being a pregnancy journal. I picked this one up off of Amazon. You'll see a trend that most of the products are either from Target or Amazon, just throwing that out there. And I've purchased everything I'm going to be sharing with you. So if I didn't mention, none of this is sponsored. But this is a pregnancy journal that goes week to week. And each week there's a little blurb about what's going on with your body and what's going on with your baby. And then it'll give you a question or a prompt on the next page to leave some input. Like for instance, that particular week was I listened to my body when it says, and then you fill in the blank. There were some weeks where I didn't have an experience to write down, but I would reference back to it like later on and just put the date next to it so I would know when I wrote it down. This was the week of our wedding, so I got to write about that. You were in your second trimester now, and this is just a really cool way to document my journey. Now, you may be more familiar with things like a baby book, which I do have one of those as well, and it kind of ironically matches. I don't think they're from the same publisher, but I wanted something I could reference back to maybe in future pregnancies. Be like, did I have the same symptom at this point? How was I feeling at this point? What's going on? Or even just a memory thing, like, when I'm like 80 years old sitting on a porch and want to remember the days. And then, of course, like I mentioned, a baby book so that I can document all of her milestones, and this one was just so cute. I felt like it had large areas for me to write because I have really large handwriting and spots for us to put in some pictures, 1 month old, and I think this goes all the way up to first birthday and then 2 to 5. So then it just goes year to year after 2 years old. And the third product in the memory category is a bodycon dress. I'm a curvy girl, and sometimes I'm super comfortable with being that way, and sometimes I'm a little self-conscious about it, and I wear things that make me feel a little bit more confident. Maybe a little bit looser or tucked in certain ways. You know what I mean. When you're pregnant, especially right in the beginning, like halfway through the second trimester, I'd say, you just feel really bloated, even though it is starting to be baby at that point. I don't know, you're going through a transition, and even though I've done this before, I've even felt that with going through this one, because again, I've had a 10-year gap, so this does feel brand new to me all over again. And initially, I didn't know if I'd feel comfortable wearing anything tight to show off my bump, but I sucked it up, and I was able to gather pictures throughout the weeks, just random weeks I would pick when I was feeling good or feeling all dolled up and pretty, and it was a way for me to document how my body changed, because it is a beautiful thing. When you think past all the subconscious stuff and the lumps and the bumps, there's a beautiful life inside of there, and if you could just get past that insecurity barrier and think about what is going on, enjoy it, embrace it. And the way I did so was just giving it a try and almost pushing myself a little bit to think outside the box and try something new that I might not be comfortable with right at first. But I'm grateful to have those pictures to look back on even now, and I'm not even done with the pregnancy. This next category is literally gonna be the death of me. It is nausea, bloating, heartburn, indigestion, congestion, sleepless nights, all of it wrapped up into one. And I have this whole bin here of products that I've tried out that some of them have literally changed the game, okay? So let's start off with nausea, because that's pretty much the first thing you'll likely experience. And some of the things that I did to feel better was, of course, ginger ale. Everybody knows ginger, right? And on that realm, I needed something on the go and something that was in my purse. So I was actually gifted this by my friend who was also pregnant at the time. These Gingen ginger chew candies, almost like a Tootsie Roll but ginger. And they're not gingery that they burn your throat, because I've had other ginger things where I'm like, oh my gosh, my throat is on fire and I can't do that. But this would be something I could put on under my tongue or on the side of my cheek and just suck on it for a little while to ease my stomach and that discomfort and just, I don't know, like feeling like you're getting sick, but you know you're not, you know, it's just baby stuff. Another thing was tea. Tea is like magical when you're pregnant. I do try to steer clear of caffeinated teas because I feel like that sneaks up on me really quick, especially when I do still like to occasionally enjoy my coffee. This here is the Pink Stork Morning Sickness Ginger Peach Tea. Delicious. Do I think it's a cure-all that if you're like massively nauseous, it's gonna fix everything? No. But it does help take off the edge so that you can actually relax. I also tried out these acupuncture little bracelets. So you wear it almost like a tennis bracelet right here, and they have you, there's instructions on how to do it. It's about 2 finger lengths underneath the wrist, and it puts an ever so slightly amount of pressure right on some sort of vein or something or other there. And there was times where I could feel almost like I was genuinely seasick, like the room was moving on me, like swaying. I would put these on, I would go lay down, I would have Logan make me like a cup of tea, and this, it helped out a lot. Or in the car, there was some times, especially if I'm a passenger and you just feel the bumps in the road, this helped out a ton. I don't use it so much now later on in the pregnancy. I haven't needed it. I'm dealing more with like heartburn, indigestion, all of that now, more so than I did in the beginning. But I'm glad I got these, and they're super cheap. So speaking of heartburn and indigestion and that uncomfortable like pressure right up in your stomach that you know you like need to burp, but it's like not happening, or then you do and then it tastes like death. Just giving you a little TMI right now. Tums, all the Tums. This might not come as a surprise to you, but I live for these. I even have a small travel one of these little chew bites. They're plus gas relief. That was something I dealt with in the beginning, and I just fell in love with the taste of these. It's like a strawberry and lemon flavor, and they're sort of like Skittles, but not as sticky, like getting stuck in your teeth kind of feeling. Amazing. I take 2 of these before bed so I don't get as much indigestion or heartburn or acid reflux, whatever it's called, agita, throughout the night. And then I discovered these smoothies because sometimes these weren't quite strong enough. I don't know if there actually is a difference. There isn't, except this one has simethicone in it and the calcium carbonate, and I've repurchased them like 4 times, maybe 5. As you can see, oh my gosh, I'm already burping now. Something that helps me when I kind of feel that like uncomfortable agita feeling coming on is this tea that my sister sent to me. It is the Munchkin Milk Makers Prenatal Tea, and it helps soothe nausea and heartburn. It has fennel, lemongrass, red raspberry leaf, peppermint, and organic ginger in it. That's pretty much it. And they come in these little individual sackets that you can reuse up to 3 times. So I just keep it on a spoon next to my Keurig. Again, is this a cure-all for your heartburn when you're really having like really bad acid reflux? I'd say no. but it absolutely helps take off the edge enough that when I'm sitting down and trying to relax and like sitting up, because again, being reclined helps out a bunch, this does help. Now, once you get further along as to where I am in the pregnancy, you're gonna have some other gut issues going on, especially if your prenatal vitamin has iron, and maybe you've been dealing with this from the beginning. Get yourself one of these, either these little chew tabs or like little gummies. I thought these were the gummies and accidentally ordered the chew tabs. I needed them so bad that I opened them and took them right away. I take one every 2 days. You could totally take them more, I think it says, but I was trying not to go in the opposite direction of issues. But this is a prebiotic and fiber supplement. They're kind of big, but they're chewable, similar to a Tums. They get kind of gummy towards the end, so you have to make sure you swallow it down with some water. And it just helps everything stay smooth and regular and comfortable. And as you get closer to delivering, you should start to take a stool softener anyways. Like if you know you're like going into labor, maybe taking like a stool softener to make things a little bit smoother afterwards. Now, after you've done all these things to help out your heartburn and indigestion and all these other symptoms, I feel like after I eat, there's this taste that happens. And the only thing that helps are these little ready tabs from Listerine. I actually just had to repurchase a new one. I get a 3-pack because it's cheaper, but it's these little capsules here. You chew it for a second and then like swoosh it around your mouth, and it's like mouthwash on the go. Oh my gosh, I can't live without these. That's why I've repurchased these an embarrassing amount. But it just freshens everything up, and it doesn't leave my mouth tingly like I can't drink water, because that's the whole thing, is I need to be keeping up with that too. So on that note, I'll transition over to my water intake. The kids actually got me this for Christmas, and I wanted to share it with you because it has been amazing. This holds 1.5 liters. It's got like a little handle. It doesn't fit in the cup of my car, so I just put it on the passenger seat with my purse holding it. But you can actually close this and keep, take the straw out. You can drink it out of the side. It keeps everything nice and cold. I often just put like an ice cube or 2 in here so it's not too cold but not too lukewarm. And I will absolutely link this down below, because you're supposed to be taking in about 4 liters or 1 gallon of water a day. A day. That is insane. If you didn't think you were peeing already before, you absolutely will be once you uptake your water, but you're doing good things for your body and your baby. I don't want to forget to mention congestion, because that's something I've been plagued with even prior to pregnancy. I have really bad allergies and asthma, and I can't take all of the same medications during my pregnancy that I was taking before. I do still take my inhaler and a regular like Zyrtec tablet, but it's not enough. I probably need to go get allergy shots or something stronger after the fact. But in the meanwhile, I'm using things like a neti pot to saline rinse out my sinuses, and that helps out so much. I know it's weird and some people think it's gross. It makes a huge difference. Just do it. Just try it. I'm telling you, you can't take all the decongestants that you want to be taking, so give it a go. Something a little more natural, and it will help you breathe a little bit easier once you get the hang of it. Now, if that's really not your style, or you need something in between, like a quick little touch up, you're trying to run out the door, or you wake up in the middle of the night and you just feel dry or congested, I really like this pressurized can of nasal saline. The weirdest things that we experience and try out, right? I've never tried something like this before, but it says it's good for babies too. And it just kind of like, I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a light mist of saline. It's pressurized, so it shoots up your nose. You just kind of like sniff a little bit, and it helps lubricate all your channels. I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but my doctor approved of this, and it has helped me out a lot, so I thought I'd share. Moving on to foods and supplements, because there were some days that I just did not have an appetite. I'm not one to have a crazy amount of cravings until way later in pregnancy, like where I'm at right now. So leading up until now, I was pretty much living off of these 2 products, and I'm being so dead serious when I would have 1 or 2 of these a day, and that is protein shakes. I know it's not exciting, but it is what it is, and this is the reality of it. I love this. I've talked about this before. It's the vegan organic protein powder. I like the chocolate one, and these. So there was times where the idea of even making a shake sounded like a lot of energy. So I started getting into these. This is the Slim Fast Advanced Nutrient, 20 grams of high protein, and it only has 1 gram of sugar and 2 grams of carbs in it. My doctor said it was okay for me to drink these. I have bought so many cases of this. I have had pretty much one of these every single day of being pregnant, or at least like being pregnant and feeling pregnant, you know what I mean? I had one of these earlier today. I was gonna go pick up the kids from school. I had already had lunch maybe like an hour and a half prior, and I started to get that very weak, very exhausted feeling, but I know it's because I'm not taking in enough protein. So I grabbed one of these and drank it on the way to go get them, and I felt so much better. So if you're ever feeling like that, yes, you should listen to your body and rest, but also try maybe upping your protein a little bit. Just my personal advice to you. That can maybe help boost you up a little bit. And water. You'll be so freaking surprised how much water affects you, especially when you're pregnant. You'll definitely experience more cramps and more aches and pains if you're not taking in almost that full gallon. You have to get at least close to that full gallon. Now, speaking of aches and pains, some point you will get uncomfortable, even if it's early on. I mean, I remember being like 11 weeks along and being like, my back is killing me. My round ligaments right above like your hip bone area, kind of like across like a strap, would just feel so tight and angry, probably from standing or sitting too long or not drinking enough water. And that's where these tools, as I'll call them, came in handy. One of them being this huge ice pack. This is amazing. It comes in like a little sleeve. I got this off of Amazon. I think it was like 20 bucks. Oh my gosh, so well worth it. I just keep it folded up in the freezer. And even now as I'm sitting here, I have it like on my back, and I'll kind of sit on it a little bit to hold it in place. Because I've been getting a lot of sciatic nerve pain, especially when she kicks a certain area. It's like a shocking electrical wave all down my butt and my leg. I want to soothe and relax the muscles, so I've been using that ice pack. Again, this is something my doctor said was okay, so definitely check with yours to make sure they're good with you using something like that. Same thing with heat. I am definitely more of a cryotherapy person. If you've watched any of my skincare videos, I talk about cryotherapy all the time. It's cold therapy, ice therapy, that's what that is. But as I got further along with the pregnancy, I realized that the aches and pains I was having weren't quite being relieved by cold, because cold is going to take down inflammation. I wasn't necessarily having an inflammation issue. I was having like a bound up issue, and I needed the muscles to like chill. So you need warmth for that. So I went ahead and got myself some heating pads. I couldn't decide on which one to get, so I got both, and I'll share them both with you. One of them is the one that I would absolutely recommend. It's like a full body. It goes from your tailbone over your shoulders like this, and this warms up, not as warm as the back, just because they said it in the instructions, it's not as safe to be as hot. And then there's like a piece that kind of comes up the neck. Sometimes I'll like pull it down just to get over my tailbone and the top of my bum. It feels so good. You'll be sitting there watching TV or hanging out or getting ready for bed. Put this on and you just get so snuggly, and then you'll get really hot and you'll have to throw it off halfway through the night. But it does have a timer on this one that it could be on up to an hour or 2 hours, and then it'll auto shut off. It also has 5 settings of heat. I usually keep it on level 4. I keep that one next to my bed. Now this one I keep next to the couch. This is more of a rectangular type one. This one gets warm. On here it has settings of warm, low, medium, and high. I tried the high ones and I thought I was going to be like set on fire. So I typically stay around the low and medium. That's enough for me. This one I can like even drape it over the shoulder if I'm like having a pec / shoulder rotation issue. I tend to do this. I need to pull it back like this. I need the muscle to soften up. So I'll be like this and I'll do my makeup and get ready. Or if the other one isn't getting quite warm enough or hitting the areas that I need to, this one definitely is a bit more flexible with where you can use it. That I can like put it on my lower back, and it just feels so fantastic. So get yourself a heating pad. I recommend the full body one just because it covers more area, But if you are having aches and pains in other various areas, this one might be a great option because it's a little more flexible. Something else in the aches and pains category are pillows. All the pillows. I literally purchased so many pregnancy pillows because I was that desperate. So I'll share my feelings with you right now so you don't have to buy them all and try them all out unless one doesn't work for you and you have to do what I did. Let's first talk about the one that everybody talks about. This guy right here. I'll put a picture up if I can't get it to fit, but it's the big full body U-shaped one, but it's huge. I tried to sleep with this for a few nights. I did not like it. I don't know. I like having my own pillow up on my head, and I didn't like that there was an opening between like here. So I ended up going back to stacking up some pillows around me, and then I purchased this one. But I will say that this is wonderful on the couch because you can I pull it up like this to where my head is like here, and then I kind of tuck this piece like under my legs and around my belly right here, kind of like near my crotchage area and under the knees. And then I could just sit on the couch and just be all like propped up, and it feels so good. This stays on the couch. Even the kids will go and cuddle in my area, and I'm like, get out of here. I have to kick them out because it's so comfy, but I like it better on the couch than I did in the bed. So then when I transitioned back into using like regular pillows everywhere, I still felt like I needed something around my midsection to kind of support my belly, and that's where these next two products came in. This is the weirdest looking thing. This here is like a bubbled pregnancy pillow. So there's nothing in the middle. It kind of like can twist and turn and move with you. But these little bubbles are so that you can go from side lying this way to side lying this way. I mean, it's more comfortable to lay on your left side, especially if you're dealing with acid reflux or stomach issues. But then your back is supported when you are laying that way. I love this. I have traveled with this. This is probably going to the hospital with me. Look at how cute. It gets all like small, and it comes with a plastic little carry bag. I believe this is from the Boppy brand. I got this off of Amazon. I want to say it was like 30 bucks. So worth it. The cover is zippable, so you could take it off and throw it in the washing machine. There's nothing bad I can say about this. I love this. I absolutely love it. Now, because that was so pricey, I was like, man, I'm going to try it out. But I was wondering if this, because it's only like $15, was going to be any better. But I didn't like this alone because then I would have to I'd have it on this side, down on my belly, and then when I rolled over, I'd have to remember to like grab it in the middle of the night and shove it on the other side, and then my back wasn't supported. So I very much so recommend the little bubble one. The wedge is not terrible. I held on to it and didn't return it because I actually like to have this with the big body pillow on the couch. And if I'm like kind of like scooched to one side, I'll use this under my belly like this. Sorry, you can't see. But I'm also not feeling like I'm gonna stand up and show you. But I'll prop this like under my belly, like wedge it under there, and it helps support like my arm and my tummy. So I have held on to this, and it randomly helps in different ways. Now the last pillow I'm gonna share with you is a little bit different. It's actually a bath pillow. There were definitely some evenings after working all day that I was like, I'm so sore. I need something more than just a heating pad. I need like a full body feeling. So I would run up myself a bath and sit there, and I'd have all these towels rolled up on my head. And then I discovered that they actually have things like this. This is like the neck piece and like the upper shoulder / head, shoulder-y neck. You get what I'm saying. And there's suction cups on the back, and this is just delightful. So you could sit there like this in your bath and be supported and just feel so comfortable. Put on your meditation music. I have a list on Spotify if you're interested in listening to it, because I like pretty much fall asleep every time I play it, and it just zens you out. And there's just something about the lukewarm water, you know, don't take a hot bath, and the aromatherapy of your bath soap. I like using the Dr. Teal's foaming bath. It's a lavender soothing spa / sleepy blend. I actually just bought a new bottle because I've gone through like 3 of these already. And everything just relaxes, and you get out and just feel like you are yourself a brand new birthed baby. Oh, and the last thing I'll share in this category before I forget is a pregnancy ball. The kids and Logan got this for me for Christmas after I was complaining about like sitting in the chairs out in the living room for too long, like if I was doing a craft or something. I felt like I needed something else. So this big ball, I'll come out there with me and I'll sit there and bounce a little bit, and it just takes that ease of discomfort and disperses it a bit more across your bottom as you're sitting. And I think this will help me go into labor too as we get a little bit closer. So I'm keeping you on standby, pal. You've done me well. Ooh, I almost forgot, and I didn't grab it. That's why I almost forgot it, is my belly band. I actually keep it in my purse, which is why it's not in here. I'll see if I can put a picture of it here, the exact one that I purchased. But I keep it in my bag for when I'm at work or out, you know, maybe running an errand. And like, again, my belly is starting to feel so heavy that I'll find myself not having the best posture, which creates other aches and pains to happen. So I'll put the belly band on. I don't even put it on very tight. And it just helps like support everything for a short while until I feel a little bit better, and then I'll take it off. So I don't wear it all day, every day by far, but it was like 15 bucks and well worth the investment. Now, real quick before I let you go, I want to talk about some comfortable clothing pieces that I have tried out and have really appreciated throughout the pregnancy. One being, let's start from the bottom up, jeans, pants, leggings. I really appreciated these types of pants. These are shorts that I grabbed to show you. The ones with the little side panel, there's a bit of stretch in them. Again, they make them in jeans and in shorts. These are the ones from Target. I'll have them linked down below. But these are amazing earlier in pregnancy, like when you're starting to even just get bloated. I started wearing these pretty much right away because I got bloated right away. And that discomfort of feeling the pressure of my regular jeans, it would make it worse. And then I started thinking about it more, and then my anxiety would swirl. So I just gave in and purchased a couple pairs of those with the side band, and they're amazing. I can't really wear them so much now. They fit, but they're not as comfortable as the ones that like come all the way up, like the fold panel. So when you get later on in pregnancy, I personally recommend switching over from the little side panel ones to a full panel. Now, as for maternity leggings, I could tell you there are definitely some that I absolutely hate. One of them being the really popular, I think you say blankie ones. I purchased those brand new. They are not cheap, and I hate to say this, but I kind of hate them. I don't like wearing them. Everything sticks to them. They're already pilling up after washing them one time, even though I washed them inside out on delicate cold water, light, delicate dry. I did all the things that I would do to be very careful with a piece with them, and they still just, it's like wearing stockings. They're so thin that if you stretch them, and I got the size that fits me, the pair fits me nice, I just don't like the fabric. It's not for me, but I know a lot of girls out there recommend them. One of my friends in particular was like, you have to try them, which pushed me over the edge to purchase them, and I kind of regret it. The ones that I pull out the most are going to be the ones that I'll link to down below from Target, that particular style, and then the ones from Motherhood Maternity. For some reason, those two fit best from earlier in pregnancy all the way up until now. So I highly recommend you try those first before trying the other ones, because for some reason pregnancy leggings are not cheap. And you're only wearing them for a short bit, so get yourself like 2 to 3 pairs. I always see like wash, wear, standby. It's a good rule of thumb. Something else to mention about Motherhood Maternity, because I actually like quite a bit from them, their underwear, they're like fold over top underwear. Amazing. They do stretch out a little bit as you get later on in pregnancy, but the whole middle of my pregnancy, amazing, fantastic. Get your normal size, don't size up. They account for your growing belly for you. But something I'll say about the brand themselves is when you purchase off their website, they don't offer free returns or free shipping on the returns. So I made the mistake of like making a big order, huge order. I spent way too much on it, but I had planned to like try things on because I got things in multiple sizes. And then I had to pay almost like $15 in shipping to ship back half the stuff that didn't fit or didn't like. So the colors didn't match up with what was sent versus what was on the website. So I highly recommend that you go through Amazon. I know that's a third party, not everybody's on board with the whole going around a brand to go to Amazon, but let's face it, they offer free returns, and especially if I'm putting something on and I'm like, this is 100% not working, I need to be able to return it. I also didn't like their bras. So let's talk about a couple of nursing bras. Since those are like maternity bras, they'll transition you into the after postpartum time. I have 3 in front of me that I have just loved and I've repurchased. I have 2 pairs of each, right? Yeah, one of them I think I might even have 3 pairs of because I wanted to have that washwear backup one. Let's say you need an everyday bra, but you don't want to be dealing with underwire, but you still need a little bit of support to look like your boobs are there type of thing. I really like this one from Torrid. It has like a lacy feature, so you just feel a little bit pretty inside. It has the clip down piece so that it is a nursing bra. It is quite padded, so you just feel very supported. And just the design in general, this is such a bad example because I'm not even holding it up right. But I'm telling you, I've tried other ones that look like this, and this one is the most comfortable. I have it on now and I barely feel it. But if you want something even more comfortable, like more loungewear type of a bra, this one from Target, and they have all different ones, but this one in particular, and I'll definitely link to it down below, is my absolute favorite. It does not have removable pads, and I'm okay with that because that drives me nuts when you throw a bra like this and it does have the removable pads and then they fall out in the wash and you're trying to shove it in there again and it's never the same size or in the right spot, and then you got a boob over here. Just get yourself this one. I think mine's an extra large. It's from the Autumn brand, and again, it has the clip down piece here. Probably made an accident and washed it with something dark because it's starting to pill up a little bit, but I've had these for 2 to 3 months, and they're still so comfortable, and if I need to repurchase them, they're like 15 bucks, so I don't feel bad about it. The Torrid one is a little more expensive. It's definitely on the $50 side. And I did have a coupon when I purchased them, so just wait for a deal. The last one I'll share with you bra-wise is a newer one to my collection. It is like a sleep bra. So this one I'm thinking is gonna be more comfortable at night. I've read so many amazing reviews for this particular one, and it does feel pretty soft but sturdy. So I'm very excited, and I wanted to share this with you because it's starting to get to the point where I need to wear something at night to sleep in just to have support, because my milk, not my milk is coming in, but like they're definitely feeling even more swollen than they were in the beginning of the pregnancy. And I hate sleeping with a bra on. Even the super comfortable one from Target, I don't know, I just don't want to feel it at all. So I'm excited to try this one out, and I thought I'd at least share it with you. Now, I am filming this in February, so keep that in mind. I wanted something that was going to be like sassy and sexy too. So I feel like we have our 3 categories: the everyday, the loungewear, the sleepwear, and then we have like the sexy. This is from the brand Seraphine. I got this off of Amazon. It was relatively affordable. I think it was like 20 bucks, maybe even less than that. It has the clip down nursing pieces, so I can continue to wear this afterwards, but I wanted something I could wear now and later where I could just feel me again and not just always be wearing frumpy. And not that there's anything wrong with wearing frumpy things, but sometimes you need to jazz it up a little bit. They do also offer like cute little panties. Yes, they're granny panties, but they're like all lace and they're pretty, and I'm happy to say that they fit, and I got my size that I normally wear, so they also account for your belly. Something else I just purchased was this Kindred Bravely. Did get this off of Amazon, and it's like the full tank top. This does look like it has removable pads, which might drive me insane, but that's okay. I'll give it a try. This had amazing reviews. It's sort of like a spandexy type of fabric. I remember after having my first 2, your stomach just starts to feel a little bit loose. At least mine does. So I like having a little bit of just something there, not to make me look skinny. I don't give a crap about that afterwards, but just so I feel supported. So I wanted to give this a try. It does still have the tags on it. I have not put this on, but I wanted to at least share it with you that this is an option. Now, the last thing that I at least have out in front of me that I want to share with you is a nightgown, and I have worn this a few times. This isn't super brand new, but it's also from the Kindred Bravely line, and It's got like lace on the top and it's like a silky jersey stretch on the bottom, so it's very loose and forgiving, so I could wear it now with my belly. And then I'm actually was thinking of planning on wearing this the day after I have the baby when I'm in the hospital, but I want to feel covered and then maybe have a robe over it. I know that's the idea, at least that's the idea I'm going into with this. Maybe I'll want to wear leggings, who knows, I'll probably pack those in my hospital bag too. But this does have the clip down front, so I can wear it later on and nurse in it. Because it is a racer back, even though it looks like it's like spaghetti strap, there's a beautiful like lace panel in the back. And the nights that I have worn this, I just feel pretty. I don't need to feel sexy like that end, but this just makes me feel more me again, and sometimes that's all you need to have that little extra pep in your own step. I'm sure there's a million more things that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head or that I collected here in front of me. I will definitely try to mention it and link it in the description box down below so that you have a full list of things to kind of check out, shop around, and see what will work best for you. I know every pregnancy is different, every body is different, every baby is different, every experience is different. This is just mine and the things that I'm using to get through it as smoothly as possible. If there's something I'm missing and you're like, you need to try this, what are you doing? Please comment or DM me or send it to me, send me a link, I don't care. I probably want to try it. But I think that's where I'll end it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm wishing you a happy and healthy pregnancy. What a wonderful experience to be going through. I want to see your babies, so send me pictures, because that's just the mindset I'm in right now, is like, I love all things babies. So definitely, if you have a moment, just tag me, you know. All right, I'll let you go. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.